Hey guys, and welcome to a new video. So, some of you have been suggesting that I did the Valdo's Rest Nemesis Harbinger strategy to make currency to show you how much you can actually make. So, I thought I'm going to do this and I'm going to go all out for it. So, I've invested quite a lot into this to see how much you could possibly get from juicing these maps. So, I'm running 50 of them. I've rolled them all already with the Nemesis mod ready to go. The pack size is at least 20% on each one, with about 95% of them being over 25% pack size. So nice decent rolls there. Took a while to do that, and I'll go over the costs for the actual project in a moment. I'm running with 50 Winged Harbinger Scarabs. These are very expensive. And then just Rusted Elder, Rusted Legion, and Rusted Metamorph for additional monsters on the map. Metamorph's very good, especially for Valdos, and I'll show you why in a sec. But I'm also going to do 20% Delirium on all of these maps, just for the Delirious mobs to also show up for even more juice. Now, as far as the Watchstones go, I'm using one Auspicious, which is the drop rare value currency shards. And then I'm using 3 of these ones, which have, they're the chromium ones with rare monsters in areas have a % chance to drop an additional basic currency item. Thank you to Stephen Chi, who told me to use these for this project, because apparently they're very good. So yeah, these cost about 4x at the moment for one, so also very pricey there. And for the passives for Valdos, I'm using the Diplomatic Escort, which is obviously the most important one. If you're not using this, you are doing something horribly wrong. And then the Metamorph ones, so this is why I'm also running Metamorph thingy, because you can assemble an additional Metamorph at the end, and the Metamorphs, when you spawn, they spawn loads of rare monsters, so it's a giant burst of currency at the very end. And then for my last points, I just threw them into the Outbreak for a chance for Cassia to show up for even more juice. And then rolling into the Uncharted Realms, so we've got Neural Pathways and the Remnants of the Past because we're doing maps. So a high chance to get either a Synthesis map or a Elder or Shaper map at the end, as well as Secret of the Stones, which is very important, which juices up our Watchstones a little bit more for more chance for currency. Enduring Influence, very important again, because you need the Nemesis Sextant, so it's kind of hard to roll, and you're going to use a lot of Awakened Sextants doing this. So I've chosen this for the four uses once I get it, which, you know, this is pretty much as stable if you're doing this. And then I've just gone for the Awakening level, which it doesn't really matter, but there's nothing else here particularly that's going to, you know, make a difference aside from that. So I don't need any Master Missions, because I'm going to run Alva on all 50 and I've got 103. And just a little tip, if you are going to do this, you can enhance your chances of getting the Sextant if you roll some of the worst modifiers on the normal Watchstones and then socket them into this. When you roll onto the one that isn't rolled onto, these modifiers will be blocked. So it enhances your chances a little bit. It's not much, but it will add up definitely in the long run. So make sure you're doing that if you are going to be doing this. And then I will show you just how much investment I currently have into this. So right now I can't run the Awakened Sextants prices. I'm going to note it down as I do them. So I'm leaving that back for now. But aside from that, you know, the Watchstones cost me quite a bit, 2,925 chaos there. Winged Harbinger Scarabs are very expensive, so 6,750 there, which is 45x for 50. So I'm hoping this pays off. Rusted Legion, Rusted Metamorph, and Elder are quite cheap to buy, even in bulk. So 375 for the Legion and the Elder, and then just 225 for the Metamorph, which is nice. The Map Device, always going to be 200C. The Delirium Orb cost, buying them in bulk, cost me 2,142. And rolling the Nemesis on the actual maps themselves, 613. Chisels, you know, 200 of them is 66C, and the Canyon maps that I had to buy myself were 500C for 50. So yeah, total investment at the moment is 14,171 chaos, which is a giant amount, to be honest. So current investment 94.47x. So yeah, as you can imagine, I need this to pay off quite a bit. I think an average of like 2.5x would be decent on a map for profit. But you know, I might get a mirror, so here's hoping to that, I guess. And yeah, I will show you, I will pause the video now, I will bring you back once I've run all 50. I will update this Awakened Sextant cost so you can see a realistic price across 50 maps, how long it would take, or how much it would cost. And yeah, that's about it for the introduction, guys. So I will see you in a second, and yeah, that's it, man. Hey guys, so I finally finished running the 50 maps. It took a long time, longer than any other project I've done, so bear that in mind. It took me about 3 days to complete this, and my overall summary is that I did not really enjoy it that much. The maps themselves were very fun. They took about 7 to 10 minutes with a headhunter. So if you do not have one, I would probably not recommend doing this, because my time experience, it took me about, I could do about 2 maps an hour, and that was mostly picking up loot afterwards. And let me just say, if you suffer, guys, with carpal tunnel, or you get all on a nerve like I do, which is where you can't feel these 2 fingers, I wouldn't do this, because there's just too much to pick up, guys. Too much loot. I know I say it a lot, but there is really too much, and I will show you my quad tabs now. I had to buy another quad tab just for this loot. So 48 raw exalts over there, and just look how much that is, guys. That is just a few of the currency. There's over 1,000 chaos, over 4,000 fusions, over 5,000 alterations here. It is so much currency to pick up. So I'm just going to show you the tabs, and I'm not going to go on too much because I've put it all in the spreadsheet. So yeah, but I will say this, for maps, I only picked up the ones that I was selling in bulk. Any other one I've not included in the overall profit, because I'm never going to sell it, and there was just, you get about 5 maps on average a map, so, you know, 250 maps overall. But yeah, these are the ones that I picked up. So Atoll, Toxic Sewer, and Burial Chambers, which I can sell in bulk pretty easily. And then just a few things in the final tab over here, which are Blight Maps, Fragments, and stuff like that. And then a few uniques over here, the most notable one being the Unnatural Instinct. So let's jump into the spreadsheet, and I'll go over everything right now. So first and foremost, I want to cover the cost. So when I did the intro, I did not cover the cost of Awakened Sextants because, you know, I hadn't rolled any. So in my opinion, this makes running these maps an absolute nightmare, and it feels like a chore to do. So the Awakened Sextants, I rolled 9 Nemesis mods, and I'll go over why I only rolled 9 very soon. But it took me 533 Awakened Sextants to hit it 9 times. Well, technically it took me 683, but so the Awakened ones that I've got in here I use for other. So every time I would hit a mod that was good whilst rolling for Nemesis, I would just deduct 1 off the discount here, just to put this here. So basically, if I hit like Beyond or the Harbinger valuable one, or just anything decent after those 2, I would just keep it, deduct 1 off that, and just put it in this little column here. So overall, I used 683 Awakened Sextants. So I rolled Nemesis 9 times out of that 683. So the average for, you know, the average for this was 1 in 76. So if you've ever bought any currency in Path of Exile, you know it is an absolute nightmare to do this. The players don't respond, or they're bots and they take forever, or the price is too much because, you know, the guys at the top aren't responding. So because I had to buy in bulk because I was doing so many, it would cost me 30 Awakened Sextants for 1 Exalt, which is extortionate, you know what I mean? It's like 5C per Awakened Sextant. And then I would have runs where I wouldn't hit this modifier for easily 100 plus, easily. And it became very, very frustrating very quickly. So after the 9th one, I just decided to, I had enough basically. And I started selling my Watchstones. So I sell my Watchstones, and I was doing that because I was juggling them. So basically, these are the Chromium Valdos Rest Stones, right? So I was going for this mod here, which is, if I put that to 8. So these are currently sitting at 3.4x over here, 3.5x, and when I was doing this they were 4x, so they've actually gone down a little bit now. So I would sell the ones that I had, and I would just straight up buy ones that had the Nemesis mod on it already, and I think they're around 5x, 4x. Yeah, so this one's got 2 uses remaining, so this one isn't great, but like the ones with 4 or 5x, so I was selling for 4x, and then I would buy them for 5x, so I would effectively only use you know, 30 Awakened Sextants, because that's how much it would basically cost. So this is a lot more cost efficient from my standpoint. Now, I'm obviously not a super popular YouTuber, so if you are one of the few people that will probably see this video, feel free to do this, because it probably won't be affected too much by me, unless this video gets like 5k views. But yeah, this is what I was doing, and you don't necessarily have to use the tier 1 one, because yeah, it will help if you're absolutely min-maxing, but you can just go for one of these tier 2 ones, which is 2.5x. So when you sell your Watchstone, you'll get whatever for it, and then it'll only cost you a little bit to get the mod. Now, I personally found that very convenient, and it was actually okay to do. So, yeah, just a little tip for you there. Now, the time investment was 25 hours, as I said, like two per hour, and the total investment added up to 16,903, which in exalted orbs with the rate of 150 chaos is 1 exalt. It is 112.68x, which is a massive investment, guys, massive. Now let's go over the loot. This is the juicy part, right? So this is what I say about you're gonna be playing loot fucking picking up simulator. So the overall loot that dropped, there was 26,741 overall currency. So that is only in 50 maps. Could you imagine doing this? Now, there is a better way to do this. If you have friends, you can run, with 2 of your mates or 1 of your mates, and just one of you pick up currency as you go along. You'll also get more quant there, so you'll make more money overall. But, the map becomes significantly harder the more people you have in. So just be wary of that. If you have a headhunter, it should be fine. But yeah, 26,741.8, which values up to 21,123 overall chaos, based on, if we were to sell it all. So we've already made quite a lot just from the raw currency, as I would expect. And let's just break down what's valuable. So obviously the 48 exalts is 7,245, and the chaos coming at what it is. So there was 1,648 overall chaos, which is nice. Divine orbs drop quite frequently, and they are currently they go between 17 and 19 CH, depending on how many you have. So 666, the devil's number over there for divine orbs. Ancient orbs 61.6, just purely from shards pretty much. So very good there as well, totaling up at 924 chaos. Now the bulk of it is alterations and fusings, and you do not want to skip alterations because they are 3 for 1 chaos, so they do add up. As you can see here, we've got 1,839 chaos worth of alterations, and also you can just use alterations like I do because they are super good for rolling stuff like watchstones and so on and so forth. And orb fusions also total up to quite a bit, 4,439. Now if you was to also pick up jewelers, you could have way more fusions, but it's just too much in my opinion for me. If you want to do that, go for it. So yeah, they total up to 1,707, which is a nice amount. Overall, the sextants you get quite a few simple, you get quite a few prime and awaken, so totaling up to just over, what's that, it's like 1,400 plus over there, in terms of sextants. And the awakened, as you can tell, are very expensive, because people are doing it like this, and yeah, it just breaks the bank. So 2,630 chaos off the awakened sextants. However, you will never sustain sextants from this, as you can see. This probably would have went up to like what? A lot. A lot, I should say that, a lot, yeah. It probably would have been about 1,000 sextants used in total, so you'll never sustain awakened sextants to be able to do it yourself. You'll always have to buy more, which is mighty annoying. Chromatics, also, I picked these up. You don't necessarily have to, but they do add up to nearly 900 chaos from the amount that I picked up, which is just, what, over 7x or something like that. So, very good there. Val orbs and stuff like that, not too many of those drop, so not too much to worry about. 225 C worth of Val orbs, so 1.5x. Or yeah, that's about it. That's about it in terms of currency. You get Orb of Unmakings that can drop as well. They're 13 C each, so that's pretty nice as well. Yeah, so overall currency made in just raw. The good thing about it, I guess about it, is that you wouldn't have to sell much in your hideout. You could just take this and keep it. So, that could be technically a pro, but it's up to you. I personally don't mind just like sticking Netflix on the other monitor and just having a cell thingy on the other monitor. So that's fine by me. As for the maps and the frags, now these things aren't going to add up as much because mostly when you're doing the strategy, you're just targeting pure currency, which is a good thing. Also, just a note here, I could have got a mirror shard. I got very unlucky, I think. Well. Okay, I didn't get very unlucky at all. The actual rate for a mirror shard is about every 300 maps, I believe. So, I didn't get very unlucky at all. I'm lying. Yeah, you can also probably get a mirror, because the map is so juicy, you do have a higher chance to get it, but, it's still like 0.0001 or whatever it is. Val Reliquary Keys, 12 of them are for 600 Chaos, currently priced at 50C, apparently, they've gone up. So yeah, pretty nice there. I'm not sure if I will sell them or just open them myself. And then the bulk of the maps as well are Toll, Toxic Sewer, and Burial Chambers are the ones that are easy to sell, so I've just put those in there. The other ones I didn't even bother picking up, things like Maze, Curse Crypt, stuff like that. Crap layouts, no thank you. Moving on. Simulacrums, 4 Simulacrums, totaling up to 680 Chaos, and 262 Splinters. These come from the 20% Delirium maps. So yeah, on average I reckon it's around every 12 maps you'll get a Simulacrum then. No, it's actually more. So what, 14 or 15? Yeah, something like that. Okay, so I think it's, yeah, every 15 maps you'll get a Simulacrum. So that's fine. Yeah, that adds up to 680C, and then of course we've got a Cortex, which is 510. That's from the neural pathway, so that adds up there. It's about 3.4x right now. Aldo Shaper, Timeless Emblem, stuff like that. The fragments from the Aldo and the Shaper come from the map Delirium Orb rewards, because it always gives you one random one. So a nice little bonus there just from that showing up, I guess. Timeless Emblems from the Legion, we had 6 of them. No Mariketh, had Mariketh show up maybe twice. So very few Splinters that I haven't bothered adding, because they are, you know, very low value and I'm probably not going to sell them. And then we have just 2 Blighted maps. Cassia showed up 4 times in total, over 50 maps, and 1 Coward's Trial. And then for the miscellaneous, we have the Unnatural Instinct, which totals up to 1,500 or 10x, which is very nice. That dropped specifically from the unique reward from a Delirium orb, yeah. So pretty nice there, pretty much pays off pretty much all of the Delirium orbs that I had. I think they totaled up to, let's have a look, 2,142. So this pays up the majority of those, so that's very nice. And then, you know, Delirium mobs adds just so many mobs that they are just so worth it, to be honest. And Power 4, 1.5x, very pathetic at the moment, and I think that's the cheapest I've ever seen it through all the leagues that I've played. So, yeah, I don't know what's going on there. Soul Mantle, 6 linked, dropped for me as well at 1.2x or 165C. No, that's 1.1x, sorry. Yeah, 165C. And a 4%. A 4% fire damage over time for passive, which is 270C. So yeah, they do add up in the end. So 2,528 just from the miscellaneous stuff. 2,927 from the maps and the fragments. And obviously a whopping 21k from the raw currency. So how much did I make? Was it worth it? So the overall turnover is 26,578.86 or 177.19 exalted orbs. So, yeah, I mean, you could technically, like, I could say, yes, I made 7x an hour doing this, based on the time frame of 25 hours. However, it would be a lie because, you know, when you take out the overwhelming cost of 16,903, we have only a profit of 64.5 exalted orbs, which is around 2.3 an hour, based on the time investment. So, out of all the things that I've done, it turns out Canyon farming in Valdo's Rest was the least profitable. I did more with Simulacrum in less time. In terms of Blight, I made 44x. However, the time investment was the shortest out of anything I've done. So time investment wise, Blight is more profitable than this. And also, Heist was 73 in 15 hours. So Heist beat it out as well. So overall, yeah, this would definitely be worth it. I would definitely say this would be better to be played as a party with 3 people. I mean, if you do this with 3 people, you'll probably make a nice chunk of money. Doing it single is kind of not worth, in my opinion. But yeah, if you want to try and get yourself a mirror or a mirror shard, feel free. Also, yeah, I could sell the Watchstones, I guess, and then, you know, because I'm not going to do this anymore, so I might as well sell the Watchstones, and that would be, if I did it based on the price that I put here, or just deducted it, you know, that would be another 19x, but the prices have gone slightly down, so 83x if I was to put it at the current price, for what I bought them for. So yeah, it's okay. Personally, I'm not going to do it again, and I found it quite tedious, but, you know, if you want to try it out, different people like different things, so just do what you like. Yeah, that's about all I have to say in terms of, yeah, farming Canyon. Probably a 4 out of 10 from me. Definitely not doing it again. And yeah, for my next thing, guys, if you have a strategy you want me to test out, you know, you've been doing something, but you've only done like 5 of them, and you thought, oh, this is pretty good, feel free to let me know, and I will run a lot of them for you, and I will showcase the loot and the time investment, everything like that you want to see. I'll do pretty much anything, to be honest, except lab farming, because I hate Labyrinth so much. yeah, for my next video, you've probably noticed there I've got 940 ancient orbs saved up, and then if I take these ones out, I've got over 1,000. So the rate for the ancient orbs on headhunters has been nerfed significantly. So I'm going to do a video where I see how many I can use and see if I actually get a headhunter. So yeah, if you want to see that, feel free to subscribe. Also, leave me any feedback that you may have in the comment section. That would be great. It's much appreciated. And yeah, just thanks for everything, guys. Thanks for the kind words you're leaving me. Almost at 300 subscribers now, guys. So thank you very much for that. Definitely growing at a nice pace. So yeah, really appreciate it, guys. And I will see you next time. Take care and goodbye.